Hey there, it's Tony here, and welcome to the Dumb Leaders Podcast, episode 36. And today I'm talking about the false consensus effect and the impact that that has and the impact that it places on the followers of dumb leaders. In this podcast, of course, we dissect the library of lessons that we've been able to obtain from lousy leaders. Now, we've had some great feedback from our last couple of podcasts where we've really been dissecting some of the list of cognitive biases out there and how they can impact on you as a leader. Now, we've dissected confirmation bias and the halo effect, and they're in the last two podcast episodes. Now, once again, we've had some really good feedback about that. So thank you very much for sharing. And if you do want to give us some feedback, just head on over to the dumbleaders.com, go to the contact page and give us some feedback. These lessons and articles that we have over at dumbleaders.com is all about helping you become a better leader. And that's why we do what we do. Now, today, the cognitive bias is that we're sharing is the one known as the false consensus effect. And it's a danger for you as a leader for a couple of reasons. But let's first look at what it is. Now, let's first look at what it is. So what do you think, Glenn?
Don't mock. I'm not a fool.
Okay, well, that does remain to be seen. So what do you think, Brenda?
I just think that would be fun.
Okay. And that's cool. Okay. Well, let's have a look at what the website, yourverywellmind.com. According to them, false consensus is people also have a surprising tendency to overestimate how much other people agree with their own beliefs, behaviours, attitudes and values, an inclination known as the false consensus effect. This can lead people to not only incorrectly think that everyone else agrees with them, it can sometimes lead them to overvalue their own opinions. Researchers believe that the false consensus effect happens for a variety of reasons. For the people we spend the most time with, our family and friends, do often tend to share very similar opinions and beliefs. Now, because of this, we start to think that this way of thinking is the majority opinion, even when we are with people who are not amongst our group of family and friends. So, why is that important and why is that dangerous? Well, a key reason this cognitive bias trips us up so easily is that believing that other people are just like us is good for our self-esteem. It also allows us to feel normal and to maintain a positive view of ourselves in relation to other people.
And people who know me personally know that I am not a fool.
And once again, Glenn, thank you. So why is this an issue? So let's look at some of the key definitions, shall we? Overvaluing one's opinion. It confirms our way of thinking. Believe that everyone sees your viewpoint. And we tend to groupthink. We tend to conform to groupthink. So in each and every one of those aspects, that's something that a leader needs to be aware of, that if they're following a bias that overvalues their opinion, it brings us as a team or a group into one way of thinking. You have a belief that everyone sees your opinion and shares your viewpoint. We do start to create this concept called groupthink, and groupthink's dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. Now, for a leader to get the best result from their team, it's important they canvass the best ideas, even if they contrast with their own. This is team building 101. When a leader comes into a meeting and announces his opinion straight up, believing it to be the best, most times the group will conform to that line of thinking, unless you've got someone who's really courageous and not overly concerned with self-preservation. So when a leader comes into a group and announces their opinion straight up, like, we have a problem and this is what I think we should do about it, most groups will conform to that line of thinking, whether it's the best option or not. And self-preservation is the dominant factor within the team. The team play it safe. Now, if by chance there are people within that team that does have opposing views, the leader takes them as a personal attack. And they have a likelihood of a defensive reaction and a response. And as we know, this doesn't end well for the leader, for the messenger, for the business. So when we have a leader that believes and has the false consensus effect, and someone disagrees with it, we have the potential for an outcast to exist. Now, I've seen this within business, and I've seen that within leaders that I've had. So it also plays out that when a leader believes his importance to the business is something that everyone believes in, this places them in a false sense of delusion, believing that they may be more valuable to the business than what they really are. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous. This is the land of the ultimatum. This is the it's me or them. This is a if I don't get the promotion, I'll leave sort of scenario that we end up with. And we know how that ends. So we have a delusion on how important that we believe that we are. And that we believe that others see that level of importance. And we think that others will support and back us up. Now, one of the key ways that you can minimize this false consensus effect, a leader has to believe that every idea from their team has some merit and value. That's it. They have to believe that. They have to have that intention that every idea can be made better by allowing my team to talk through it. And it's in your best interest to allow this to come out. We have to believe it. We have to be genuine in it. We have to be authentic with it. Now ask yourself, if you believe you have a great idea, you have to believe your team can actually make it better. Otherwise, you are living in this space of delusion and false consensus. We should always be on the quest to improve what it is that we do as a leader. That's what we do. Always be on the quest to improve what it is that we do. And have a genuine belief and a genuine intention that your team can and will add value to the mix. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check out dumbleaders.com, where we have more lessons and more leadership articles around. We've just got a huge library of leadership lessons from lousy leaders. So check it out. If you want to give us some feedback, head on over to the dumbleaders.com and go to the contact page. I look forward to catching up with you next time.
But I won't get into the details of those. I just want people to realize that I'm not a fool.
Yes, Glenn, we know that you are not a fool. Check it out. Go to dumbleaders.com. Give us some feedback. I'll see you next time.